Multiplying fractions. We've jumped straight into grade C, section 3.4, page 49. Okay, question 4. I've got here 4/5. I'm going to multiply that by 3/4. Now, you can do 4 times 3 is 12, and 5 times 4 is 20, 12 over 20. But how about this? Look, simplify it down as much as you can. Look, 4 divided by 4 cancels down to 1. Nothing else goes anywhere else. 3 won't go into 5 exactly. It's just going to jump straight in. That's as simplified as I can get. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 1 is 5. And it's as sweet as that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Next one, B. I've got 4/5. This time I'm dividing by 3/4. That's right. Well, when you divide a fraction, it's like taking that one and flipping the other one and multiplying. I really could explain it. I really don't want to do that. So, does anything divide into the top? Does anything divide into the top from the bottom? Can anything be simplified? No, it cannot. 3's don't go into 4, 5's don't go into 4, 4's don't go into 5, etc. So, therefore, I just better go ahead and multiply it. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 3 is 8. Well, 16 divided by 8 is exactly 2 wholes. Alright. C, D, let's just jump. Let's do another multiplier, shall we? I've got 5/8, and I'm multiplied by 1/3. Nothing goes anywhere. 5s and 3s don't cancel. 1s and 8s, 1s and 3s, dead loss. 5 times 1, 5. 8 times 3, 24. And it's automatically simplified. Next one. Let's try this one here. I've got 2.5 times 6. Well, there's a way of doing this one. Obviously 2 times 6 is 12. So 2 times 6 is 12 plus half times 6. Nice technique, because I can do it with whole numbers. 2 6s are 12. Half times 6, in other words 6 lots of a half, is 3. Altogether 15. Dead easy. Let's try this one. I've got here 10 multiplied by 2 and 3/5. Use the same technique. 2 times 10 is 20. I must add on 10 lots of the 3/5. Now, 20 is 20, no argument with that. 3/5, I can simplify the 10 and the 5. Look, 5 goes into himself once, and 5 goes into 10 twice. So 2 times 3 is 6. So 20 plus 6, answer 26. Study that method. Let me just expand it a little bit so you understand it. I'm saying 10 times 3 over 5. That's what I'm saying in this little part right here. And 10 is of course 10 divided by 1. And look, I've created some fractions. Then I picked up my yellow and I said 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 10 twice. Hence I've got 2 times 3, 6. 1 times 1, 1. Therefore 6. Alright? 20 plus 6, 26. Beautiful. Let me try a scary looking multiplier one. So here I go, turn over the page, go to black. This is 3 and something or other. 3 3/4. And I've got to multiply that by 2.5. Now, I don't want to use the technique I used before. It can get rather complicated. We've got 2 lots of mixed numbers here. We've got a 3 and a small fraction, a 2.5. It's just too busy. If we top heavy everything, it's going to be safer for us. Anyway, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. I have got 15/4. Okay, one more time. 3 times 4, 12, plus 3 is 15, 15/4. Same again with 2.5. 2 times 2 is 4, plus the 1 gives us 5 halves. Well, nothing goes into 15 or 5 or anything like that, so therefore I better go ahead and just multiply. 15 times 5, 75. 4 times 2 is 8. So, how many 8s go into 75? Well, 8 8s are 64, 8 9s are 72. It goes in 9 times. From 72 to 75, I've got 3 left over. 75 and 3/8. Right? So you take your time with that one. I did not. I'll do I because it looks terribly scary. I have got 2 and 3/5, and I've got to divide that by 2 and 1/6. Well, let's just top heavy them both so we don't get up in a real mess. 2 5s are 10 plus 3, 13 over 5, and we're going to divide by 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. 13 over 6. Please note I didn't flip it over yet. I was still busy top heavying and I didn't want to get my my brain in a twist. So now, as you know, when you multiply fractions you flip over the second one and you get multiplying. Sorry, when you divide fractions you flip over the second one and you get multiplying. And look at this one. 13 and 13 can cancel out. 13 goes into himself once. 13 goes into himself once. 1 times 6 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. I've got 6 over 5. Top heavy fraction. 1 and a 5th. And I'm really, really happy about that one, as you can see. I think I'll do question 6a right here. I'll tell you why. This is what you're given. 1 and a quarter, and they want you to square it. All that means is 1 and a quarter times himself. Let's just top heavy it first. 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 is 5. I've got 5 quarters and I'm multiplying it by himself. There we go, I've just squared it. Nothing cancels, jump straight in. 5 5s, 25. 4 4s, 16. 16's into 25, it's a top heavy fraction. Goes in once and we have 9 left over. There you go. 1 and 9/16. Absolutely wonderful. I think I'll do one question with Jack and his dog. Oh, that just caught my eye. Let's turn over. Jack and the dog coming up. Not Jack and the beanstalk, Jack and the dog. Jack has a dog that eats 2/3 of a tin of, I presume it's dog food. Dog food each day. How many tins will be needed to feed the dog for 5 days? In other words, I want 2/3 times 5 lots. Well, here we go. If you recognise the 5 as being 5 over 1, you can treat it like a top heavy fraction. Nothing cancels at all. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 1 is 3. Got a top heavy fraction. 3's into 10. 3 times. 1 left over. So what do I need? I need 3 1/3 tins of dog food to feed Jack's dog, whose name has not been given to us anyway. I've got another recipe here, question 9. Change to black. I've got here a recipe for 16 biscuits. Okay, 16 biscuits. Needs 2/3 of a cup of flour, not sugar. How much flour is needed for 48 biscuits? Oh dear, wonderful. Right, that looks after the 16 biscuits. Now, I want to make 48 biscuits, and the question is, how much sugar do I need? Now, well, look, 16 lots of 3 makes 48. Is that alright? So I need 3 lots of this. So if I just take my 2/3 of a cup of sugar and multiply by 3, I've got a really easy sum. Look, I've got 2/3 times 3. Alright, you've got to recognise that. 3 times as much. It's like a ratio, isn't it? In fact, it is a ratio. So 2/3 times 3. See it as 3 over 1. And look at this. The 3's cancel straight away. 3 into himself once. 3 into himself once. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. The answer is I need 2 cups of sugar to finish that recipe. I'm getting really tired, but I'm going to stop anyway, and that's multiplying and dividing fractions. You go back and look at the video.